Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, and I thought I would take this time to talk about something that was brought to my attention earlier tonight on Facebook. Uh, Capcom seems to think, well, what they want to do is do a remake of Resident Evil 2, a game that came out many years ago on PlayStation 1. This has actually piqued my interest because Resident Evil 2 was one of my favorite games, and I thought it was really it was really a great game. It's where a lot of people actually got familiar with the series because a lot of people didn't play the first one when it came out. So it was pretty much 2 was the one that introduced a lot of people to the series. At least a lot of people I know and a lot of the fans I've met. Now, this is a good idea because it would make Capcom a lot of money, which they seem to like to make is money. I mean, who doesn't? Resident Evil is still like their biggest series they got right now, even though there's been a lot of problems and controversies over the last couple of years with how they've taken the direction of the series, with Shinji Mikami being gone from the series. But the thing of it is, this could be something good. Unfortunately, Capcom's own words saying, if the fans really want it in remaking the game, we will take it into consideration. And honestly, you want to believe that, but do you remember what happened with Mega Man Legends? They wanted like 100,000 strong. You hit the like on Facebook, and we should have got the game, but unfortunately, we never did get the game. Now, did we? Now, I'm not really a Mega Man Legends fan, so it didn't bum me out. But what bummed me out about it was the game was pretty much nearly complete. We haven't even gotten the demo, and I know a lot of people who bought a 3DS just for that game. And in the end, nothing. They didn't even get it. They got the 100,000 strong to sign up. I liked it on Facebook. I did everything possible so I could see my friends and fellow Mega Man friends who love the series, they could get their game. They never did. So, and Capcom knows we want this. They must be hitting the forums. They must be asking around or doing their research or whatever. I don't know exactly what it is. But the fact of it is, this would be a huge seller, like I said, for Capcom, because when they remade the first Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1, when they remade it for the Dreamcast, graphics were phenomenal. It was a next step in horror for this game, because you had Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Those were freaky for their times. They were creepy. It scared millions. It was great. And then Code Veronica came out. Different lighting, different graphics. Everything was different in this game, but still had that Resident Evil feel we all loved and enjoyed for many years. And then the remake comes out for the first one on the GameCube, and it scared people even more. It was pretty much 75% of everything that was in that game was different, was new, compared to the PlayStation 1 game. Now, I would like to see them do this with 2, because a lot of people have asked me over the years, why don't you think they've done Remake 2 and 3? And I was like, well, unfortunately, I don't see it happening, because they've done the Umbrella Chronicles and the Dark Side Chronicles. They wouldn't remake them because they put all their time and effort into those games. And in a way, it is somewhat true, but at the same time, Capcom's really fishing in the wrong barrel lately. I mean, there's been tons of controversy with this company, we all know, about, DLC on the discs, all that stuff, the way they've taken Devil May Cry and Resident Evil, messed everything up. But, I would get behind this. I would love to see this because 2 was one of my personal favorite games. Unfortunately, I don't see it happening. They'll say like the fans want it. All of our fans that I know on DeviantArt, Tumblr, the Facebook Resident Evil fans, all that stuff, they could be flooding Capcom with emails and emails and emails and flooding the Facebooks and all that other stuff, the Tumblrs wanting this game. But in the end, it just may not happen. Their excuse for the Mega Man Legends was they didn't think anybody would buy the game. Yet you got all these people with a 3DS and nothing else, and they bought a $240 handheld for nothing. And I mean, I should know. I got one right over there, and I barely even use it anymore. So honestly, this would be a very good idea for Capcom to start doing. Now the problem is, picking up a project like this, we probably wouldn't get this project if they even got it by the end of this year, like off the ground and going. We wouldn't probably get it until 2014. Maybe late 2013, maybe if they rushed it. I mean, I don't know exactly what they planned, but it takes a lot longer to make a video game than it did years ago. The original Resident Evils were done pretty quickly, and then, the remake, that probably took a couple of years, maybe like a year or something like that. But the motion capture they're throwing into the games now, like Resident Evil 5 and 6, all the rendering they gotta do, it takes time. The voice acting, just like there's so much to do in these cutscenes. So Resident Evil 2 would be interesting because with Resident Evil 2, not only is where it started a lot of fans who weren't like me and didn't play the first one. Like, I played the first one right off the bat, loved it, it was great. But a lot of people started playing the series at Resident Evil 2. So they got familiar with Claire and Leon, Sherry, Annette, all the characters. And then, as you know, a lot of those characters now, like Sherry, Leon, and Claire, they've been in more games than a lot of the other Resident Evil characters. They've got a bigger fan base than most of these other characters. So that's pretty much what they're doing right now. It's interesting to see if this game does come to fruition, because as a remake and a fan, I would be all for it. Having Alison Court come back to voice Claire, because she always does. She loves the role. It's great. And like I said, it would just please fans. Because I don't know how they would do this, like go about, would they continue with the over-the-shoulder gun stuff, like the third-person view or whatever, or would they go back to classic survival horror? Because I read an article a while back about people saying that survival horror is dead, it's boring, it's got nothing, and unfortunately they're wrong. There's so much more to these games that made the franchise what it is. It's not a dying franchise by any means. So I think Capcom should really take time, get the right people working on this, look at how the original was done, look how the remake was done, where they went with that, use that as an example, because then you would get a great game. Other than that, yeah, there's not much left to say on the subject. We can keep flooding Capcom all we want, but whether or not that they actually listen to us is going to be another story. If they want to make money, they will listen to the fans. They'll check out the pages, and they'll see it's the most requested remake of the series. Now, personally, I would like 3, because 3 was my favorite, but I'll take 2. I'm not complaining, whichever one I get. And depending on the success of 2, you could go into remaking Nemesis, because it wasn't as well received as its predecessors, but it was still a cultural hit, and sale-wise it did good too. It just didn't sell as well as the others, and you know, it was kind of like during the ending period for PS1 era kind of stuff. So, you know, I understand that, but 3 would be good, and then from there you could go on and remake the Dreamcast version of Code Veronica, or the PS2 one of Code Veronica X, whichever one you like. It's all there to do. It would take years, but it would probably be worth it in the end, and it would actually earn Capcom some major points with the fans anyway. So, sign off down below. Let me know what you all think, because I'm pretty amped up about this. I want to know what everybody else thinks, what the community thinks. You know, should this be a game that everybody gets a hold of, or can, you know, like, is this something that should happen? Because honestly, I think it should, and Capcom really has to listen this time, because they've been blowing it lately with Devil May Cry, the way Resident Evil looks. I mean, 6 isn't what it should be, 5 wasn't what it should be. We can't fix it. We just gotta work with what we got. So let me know. Leave a comment, good or bad. Let me know your thoughts, because the feedback I've been getting from fans on these things has been really, really helpful. It's pretty good, actually. I enjoy reading the comments, even if I can't reply to all of them at once. So, yep. If there's any more news on this, you can bet that you'll see it here right on this channel. But for now, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, all that other stuff. We got that. Subscribe, because you'll be able to keep up with us, because we got a lot of stuff coming out in the next couple months. So, yep. Thanks for listening, guys. And here's hoping Capcom hears us and we get our game. So until then, I'll see you all next time.